Sure we are, sir. Why did I have to choke at the very beginning, I tell you? Alright. Hello and welcome back to another Minecraft Christmas countdown. This will be our third Christmas countdown series on the channel. But it is now December, so I thought, you know what, I might as well start one of these, a holiday countdown series. It's been quite some time, I tell you, it's been quite some time. I'm also using the updated, what do you call it, Twitch mobile version. So hopefully that works a little bit better and does not break as often. I say that, but it did break quite a lot with the clipping last episode. And that kinda sucked because I would forget what's in the clips. There we go. Sorry, I needed to clear my throat there, but I did not want to cough right in front of you. But I am using my plushie model today. I thought it would be quite fun. Yes, we're doing this hardcore, I'm just joking. Alright, so we have a set goal for the series. We'll just go with Christmas Countdown 2025. And every episode, I want to at least complete one goal from this list. The problem is, their difficulty kinda spirals, to be honest. I have 25 goals. Each of them are long or short, so if we're getting something done, it's gotta be a hit or miss. That's what I'm going to say. We might have to make like a plus episode to make sure I get, that certain task done. So hopefully that actually does not need to happen, but if it does need to happen, it needs to happen. We can't do anything about that. I do really like our new plushie model that I made. You can be feminine, masculine, player, vanilla. Use the vanilla skin, but apply what? Okay. Taiga Village. Snowy Village. Where will your journey begin? I forgot all about the starting feature. Avoiding husks. I somehow fought my way through a storm and bam, here I am. Oh, that does look beautiful. Why did it show up 2 hearts there? You may have not seen it, but there was 2 hearts there. Oh poop, it's teleporting me. How far did that actually teleport me? It's J, and I don't know how far that teleported me. I'm going to make a waypoint, and I'm going to... I don't really need these 2 books, to be honest. Yeah, how's it going, villagers? Okay, it seems like we're off to a weird start here. You know what I will also turn on? Game rule, keep inventory on, and it's true. Now, a lot of people don't like that, but at the same time, I saw potatoes here, I'm gonna take that out to take. No. But the reason why I wanted to put that on is that this is supposed to be a fun series. I don't want to die and have to walk back, that tons of times. But I will rob this entire village of blueprints. What? Sorry, Merlin. Do apologize. Treated sticks. What? I guess I'll take this bed. Engineering crafting table. It's from the immersive engineers thing. You know what? I'm gonna keep that there. Sorry, Merlin, you lost your job for like 1 second. Blue bed. I should really work on making some tools now. There's also this here, so that's a plus. But I really want to find out where our spawn was. So that is something that I will focus on in a second. I'm just gonna punch someone's wall out. I'm sorry, I do apologize, that we have to do this to your house, but it has to be done. But we are using the is it Winter Wonderland? Winterland? That scared the life of me. You are scary. You are a creep. Get out of here. Well, your friend here is not too bad, Gustavo. They're not too bad, but you know, you creepy. That is very odd. So I was checking the clipping function there. Oh, it actually worked. Okay, that is very odd there. I am going to focus on, you know, what I'm supposed to be doing now, and that is gathering up resources. Will I actually stay here? That is really the question that we need to think about. Do I want to stay here? It's actually quite nice, to be honest. But I really want to, you know, stay around. Oh, poop. Need to break that again. I really want to stay around spawn. Iron. Bread. Actually a very nice start, to be honest. Apart from the hair that's in my mouth. Yeah. That's really annoying. Well, hello there, Jared. How's it going? Who knows, maybe we can find love by the end of the series. No, I'm just joking. We probably will never find that. Alright. Let me make a crafting table. Now with that said crafting table, I can make a pickaxe from the iron that I just got. And now I can mine this cobble. That is cobble. That is cool. That is cool. That's a lot of coal. Ooh. Wow. This is very nice. Very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. But I never told you what our first goal was for the series. This is the starting episode. Oh, I hear dynamic here and there. I was wondering what it was there for a second. You can hear that little pop and then echo. It's actually quite nice. You know what? I will actually turn up the game's audio a little bit. There is a problem with, like, you know, I find it always with, like, you know, when we're streaming all over to the Twitch side, I tell you, that the audio's fine during the stream, but after the stream, it kind of messes up. You know, I have a decent mic, but it always that one problem that happens when you're exporting it. I'm actually going to break this, and I'm going to slash kill, and that ends us there. This is actually set my spawn here. Oh, that is very interesting. So it looks like this is our new spawn here. Also, some armor there. I would have grabbed a second tunic if someone else was here. Hello there. How's it going? Pretty lady, be scary. Run! 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 But I do actually have some set goals of what we're doing here. Wait 1 second. Alright. So the set goal of what we are doing today, that almost was my end right there. That is lava down there. But that is actually very good to keep track of, so I will probably put like a marker here to at least let me know that there's lava there for in the future. Hello there, Piggy. What we're actually going to have to do is actually venture out. Now you're probably wondering why we're going to be venturing out. And also, hello there, Summer. Hopefully you're doing alright and staying safe. Oh no, I've just fell into powdered snow. That's not what I wanted to do today. That is not what I wanted to do today. But I just fell right back into the same powdered snow. We're very clumsy today, that's what I'm gonna say. We're very clumsy today. I can't believe how clumsy we are. There we go. Sorry, I was just checking something there. Alright, so our... How many times? How's it going alright so far? Hopefully you're doing alright and staying safe, and remember to stay hydrated. Alright, so our first goal for the Christmas Countdown series that we're doing is going to be, I should really probably stay away from the mountains, is going to be that we're going to be building ourselves a cottage. I told you I should stay away from these, bits, and I just do not listen to my own advice. I just do not listen to my own advice. There we go. I do also find it weird after updating my mobile Twitch that it seems to have a lot weirder stuff. Like the clipping function. This is powdered snow. No, that's not powdered snow. I'm getting like, antsy over here, thinking like, is this powdered snow or is that powdered snow? What is that? It looks like a goat. It's a snuffle. Ooh, look at that tongue. What that tongue do? What that tongue do? What that tongue do? Alright, let's get a move on. I'm actually walking out here for a specific reason, is that I'm trying to find ourselves a vehicle. Not any, oh, melons. Mini melons, actually. You know what, I can't even remember, I tell you. It's been that long. It's been that long. Alright. So we're specifically going to focus on trying to find ourselves a sled. Now that's what we're actually looking for here, is a sled. Now not any sled would do, but this seems to be a rival village. Are they friendly? They don't look hostile. That person's on a roof made out of blue ice. Luckily that won't melt. There's also permafrost coal here. I will take that coal, and oh, that is actually another one of our goals, and that is to gather up. I think there's a storm outside actually. I'm gonna take this bed. Gotta grab this furnace. I might actually grab the furnace next door as well. There's actually a lot of stuff here. I might actually take this as well. I'm pretty sure if I shove this in my offhand, it will, show this. Where you go to archive on your... archive on my... I don't understand what you mean there. Like for exporting my videos, I normally just export it over to YouTube and it kinda just keeps it there. You know what, I will actually grab a second lantern. But we, what do you call it? I would, record, the stream as well, stream it. But the problem is, gigabytes, some guys doing a creepy laugh outside. Gigabytes of the file are so large, so I normally have to, what do you call it? Stream and then export instead of recording like I used to do. But that does not really matter, to be honest. Alright, so let us go and we'll grab... Oh, we found a holly tree sapling. That is a very rare sapling. That is delightful decade. Not too bad. I will actually take that packed ice because I can use it for something, as I've accidentally just placed down one of the lanterns I picked up. Alright. Are you open for advice on streaming? I got some ideas for that dude. You know what, I'm not really looking for anything, to be honest. I'm kinda just comfortable with the spot that we're in now, to be honest. Because, with streaming, I just do it for fun, to be honest. I want to bring smiles to people, that's the goal. I want to bring smiles to people. In dark and light times. That is the goal. It's always been that goal. Alright. So, ooh, snowshoes. Now this is a very important thing because these snowshoes can go somewhere. Oh, I can right click it and ooh, you eat that. That actually gives me quite a lot, and I just accidentally put down my lantern again there too. But we'll grab this, grab the beetroot seeds and the potato seeds, and the bread. Do I really need the cabbage seeds? You know what? I might as well make a little farm. That's what I'll say. I don't actually know what season we're currently in. It is, you know, kind of wintry around here. Kind of gross, but we'll take it anyway. We need the food. That is a flint knife there. And you know what? I might actually put this bowl and these two books in there now. Grab that smoker, and we can cook up that minced beef very soon. Also, I hear a cow nearby. Do we kill the cow and use it for, you know, thingy? I'm not sure. I am not sure. I don't understand what you want typed out. But, what to call it? Oh, the cows are right there. Do I kill these cows now? I don't want to really return back to this place, as I already have, you know. What are you made out of? Slint? I was gonna say, you're very strong for being a slint knight. Did we get butter from that? Oh no, it's animal fat. Alright, that... animal fat. Alright, alright. And let's see. Oh, wait. I hear something outside, I don't know what it is. Can I turn these melons into, yeah. Can I shove that into... No, I can't do anything with that. It's not really a useful map now. More holly tree saplings. Grab... Oh, they're sleeping! Okay, that makes a bit more sense, I tell you. That makes a bit more sense. I was really wondering what that sound was there for a second. Before I realized that they were just sleeping. Basically, I'm grabbing as much of this food as possible for our journey. Grab some of these. It's actually a super big town, if I'm being honest. There's actually rotten flesh there. A villager hat. I have a hat now. It kinda, you know, not really the best hat, but it'll do the job. I really do want to get a sled. Is sleds be able to be built? Okay, sleds are actually very easy to build. Barrels. I'll actually throw that away, and I'll throw that away. I'll take that bucket of water and that. Those will be very useful. Grab the fish as well for extra food. We'll take this furnace as well. And we'll look for a crafting table. There we go, there's a crafting table. More snowshoes. We don't actually need those snowshoes, as we're not really, you know, in need of that kind of stuff for now. Let's see, if we already have a pair. I am getting a lot of snowballs that I can actually make into snow blocks, if I'm correct. And that just leaves 2 that I can just chuck out. We don't really, actually. I needed to make myself that, what do you call it? Sled. So that's what we're going to focus on making now, is a sled. But this is going to be a special sled. Can I put a barrel on it? No. Can't put a barrel on it, but I'm pretty sure you can add a, you know, chest to it. Not sure. I'll just break this for now. And shove those snowshoes in there. Now that we have the chest, I should just be able to place this on the ground, place a chest on it, and now I have a chest sled that I can now use to traverse the terrain, just like the last Christmas Countdown series. That is sugarcane, that is going to be very important to us, so I will grab that. Whee! Grab that at least. The village is over this direction, so we'll head on over that way and link up to our village that we first spawned at. Probably going to have to make this village a little bit more safer. It is a very dangerous village, or we might actually not even stay at this village and actually focus on building our own kind of town. And then we can invite some of these people over afterwards. That is actually a very good idea. Hello there, goodbye. They hit my sled, how could they? Alright, where should we buy, well not buy, but build our log cabin? Bam! Whee! Drive by! Boop, I heard that little tiny little walking behind me there. And I was like, that's a creeper, I'm done for. I stopped for like, 1 second, I tell you. 1 second. I'm actually thinking about building into the forest out here. I feel like it'd be a fun idea to build out into the forest here. There's some nice terrain out here. Not too bad, to be honest. This hill's looking not too bad, actually. Do we build out in this forest? It's a hard choice, though. It is a hard choice. We could build out in this, mountain range. This forest here. It's also turning morning now, so that should be, 20 minutes. Ooh. Some strange caves. There's a spider in there. Now that is beautiful. Now that is beautiful. You gotta admit that is a beautiful sight. You know what? How about we head further down? This is actually weak ice here, so if you stand on it, it should break. This is packed ice, so this is a lot stronger. Okay, there's a split second I can double jump. I'm playing with fire right now. Well, more like playing with ice. Oh, did you see that? I saw that. That is cold. Poop, if that refreezes over and I'm down here, that could just absolutely ruin my day. Wait 1 second. There we go. Alright, so we'll now head on out. And boop, I looked away for 1 second. I did not see them. Ooh, I did not see them there. I was busy looking away there for a second. And oh, that scared the life out of me. That scared the life out of me. I am going to take a second there. That was intense. There we go. Scary moment from when I looked away a second. There's actually the village. I've just went around in circles. It's good to know that there is actually, you know, stuff out here. The sun's very bright. We could build our first goal out here. We need to create a cozy winter cabin with a fireplace, and we'll see if we can get some stockings as well. We don't really have sheep out here, but who knows, maybe I can rob the villager of some stuff. Poop. It was a vindicator. I had not realised that there was a vindicator. Well, I did actually realise it was a vindicator. I saw it would actually, you know, outrun it there. It processed in my head that that was a vindicator. Onwards now. Onwards. And I'll just take this. My sled has disappeared. I call that a bug. And I'll get myself another sled. That is a bug right there. I hate when that happens. Wait, what? Our sled's broken again. Okay, there's a sled. Oh, you can't place a sled? Okay, that's a weird bug. Can someone make sure that gets reported to the person who makes, you know, the sled, that being Snowy Spirit? Because that is a very odd bug. I lost, like, you know, okay, that is a very strange bug, I'm gonna say that. That is a very strange bug. Oh, there's actually a fire out here. That's not too bad, some lava. Ooh, a little bit of lag spike there. It's because when you're riding a sled, it kind of causes a little bit of lag. That seems to be... Oh, poop, I've just placed 2 of my lanterns. You know how long it takes to mine a lantern? It takes too long. Too long, I tell you. Onwards now, onwards. What is this? It looks to be a bridge. That is a much better place, bridge over there, than this bridge. This bridge is more like a ramp, like, wee. Terrible roller coaster, I tell you. Terrible roller coaster. I cannot believe how bad that roller coaster was. Onwards now. Onwards. I saw something frozen there. Is that a chicken? What's the chicken doing out here? That's actually the water. So that's the end of the biome. I'm trying to find a nice area to actually build this cabin. I think that's one of the problems that I found with like taiga biomes and all that in this, you know, mod pack, is that they're nice, but there's just not that very many good spots to build. I am falling to my death. I live. Oh, you know what, I'm clipping that. That deserves to be clipped. That... I've just pushed that. That sled saved my life. I'm being honest, that sled saved my life. Oh, there's a zombie here. Let's get out here. Hello there, snow leopard. Goodbye, snow leopard. Upwards and beyond. You know, this entire Christmas countdown has been chaotic for, you know, the first episode, I tell you. I was about to say, you know, this is a nice little open area, you know. I feel like we could build a house here, you know. But bam. that happened. Alright. You know what, we could actually invite someone on, you know, eventually. And we could throw a bunch of, we could have a snowball fight. You know what, I'll write that down for one of the, what do you call it, you know, things that we need to do. Collect up a bunch of snowballs and have a snowball fight. That seems like a fun idea. Would you be up for that? I feel like that would be a great idea. I feel like that would be a great idea. Mine, mine, mine. They stole my shoes! They stole my food! They stole my food! Go ahead down here for a second. How could they steal my food? How could they do that? How could they do that? Some nice trees out here. I'm going back to the village. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to not, you know, go back to the village, but everything circles back to the village. You know, I want to break one part of the thingy, and then I break a bunch of it. There's also a winter storm starting to pick up. I'm not placing down my sled here. I think we actually had that bug happen before. Wait, that's a thingy house. That's the same kind of house that we had last time. It's not in the most ideal spot, but it's actually looking quite nice up there, if I'm being honest. So I might actually clear it out. Now you're probably wondering, what am I clearing out, you know? There's mobs in here. There is mobs under this. Bam. I'm using experience from the last time. Break that. Just shove all of my stuff in here right now. This stuff can be organized later. I can place down those carpets again. It's a nice house. We will, you know, expand it just like we did last time. I really love how the, you know, thingy sways here. It really is quite nice. The problem is I picked an area without trees again. Well, I had trees last time, but I had to travel quite far for gathering up those trees for last Christmas countdown. So that was kind of sucky part. And I know that there is a attic, and in that attic is a spider spawner. Right there. Actually, I was in this house for ages before I found out that there was, you know, spawners in it. I lit it up, you know, and it just never, you know, spawned them, luckily. And that was very surprising, to be honest. This house has seen better days, if I'm being honest. It has seen better days. That is actually very good equipment there. We actually get our first sword. And some iron nuggets there as well. We'll actually sleep the night away so no mobs spawn. So we do not have to deal with those. But I guess this counts as us having a house now. At least partly. A Swiss cheese house, to be exact. It has a lot of holes in it. But do not worry, I will probably fix it up and make it look a little bit nicer. We did do that last time. We did copy kinda a little bit of the design. And we expanded. We even had a little tiny back area. That I cannot do this time, sadly. Or I could actually still do and expand out the side here. But I need to do the pathing out front of the house that I'm thinking about. I'm gonna have so much string. I'm gonna get rid of all this string. I'm using up all of my, you know, precious snow blocks. I was trying to remember what you called them. there for a second. I forgot. Oh! It did. Oh, I'm choking there from seeing that. That's a diamond pickaxe. What a Christmas, I tell you. What a Christmas. Oh. Alright. So, let me see. Is that really most of all of that gone now? It seems to be the case. We have a very Swiss cheesy house. We are in desperate need of wood. So I now have that set as my spawn. I need a crafting table placed down here immediately before I'm able to do anything. And I'm actually going to make myself a few pickaxes. Well, not pickaxes. Axes, that's what I meant to say. Alright, so let us go and make a bunch of axes. These are all going to be used for... Well, what do you think they're going to be used for? Trees! That's what we're going to be using it for. Trees! I fooled you there. You thought I was going to use it on the house and trim it down a bit. No, I will not do that. I just need to figure out where there is trees. To be honest, we live in a terrible spot. This is, you know, quite far from the nearest trees area. I should check out and see if there's anything up north. If I'm being honest, we have better chances of finding stuff northwards than going the other direction. And there are trees out here. We are so lucky. I would have went to that village like so many times to, you know, get all of that stuff back, and bam, there's trees out here. Trying to get them, you know, chopped down is going to be a little bit hard. I realize that now. That is a lot of wood. That is a lot of wood. That is going to be a lot of wood. That is going to be a lot of wood. I should have really gotten the tree captator mod. I should have really gotten the tree captator mod. Please be the last one, please be the last one. No, it's so close. That is the last one. Downwards now, downwards! We have gotten quite a bit of wood, but no spruce. We'll have to go for the tiny trees that are actually nearby. These are spruce trees. Or I think they are. These are not spruce trees. So these leaves are fir tree. I thought they were going to be... Are there spruce trees around here anywhere? That looks like a spruce tree. No, that's not a spruce tree. Why is there fir wood everywhere? I want spruce trees. I want, you know, to have, you know, the same wood for the house. This is very awkward. Very awkward indeed. You are spruce wood. Yes. Finally. Spruce wood has been achieved. At least a tiny bit of the spruce wood. This is a holly berry tree. Okay, very interesting indeed. Let's see. We'll just break all of this. And then head over to this tree. Surprisingly, there's very little spruce trees out here. I'm going to use this, spruce wood very, sparingly. That seems to be the case. Wait, what is that? Is that a village? That is a village. I was about to say that could be a cool place to, steal, that house from that I saw there, but there's a village there. Unless we become, a psychopath and end all the villagers and chop down all of their houses. But no, we won't do that. Unless our house leaks. Ah, poop! That thing distracted me. That moose was a spy. Sent by the Canadians. How could they? How could they? Oh, hello there. Sticks. I guess you're a cartographer. Very cool, very cool. Oh, sheep. It is a possibility. It is a possibility. We could chop down their houses and use their material for our house. I'm sure like a few of the houses going, would not be that bad. So this is actually a very cool like workshop house actually. I can use some of this, material for my house. I will take that as well. Anvils are always useful. But you know what? I will say, our final goal for the series, you know what? I'm not very sure on what I would like to do for the final goal of the series actually just yet. Because the series is going to last, not that long. Oh, copper. So the question would be, aluminium. The question would be, my brain's farting now. My brain is farting now. Do I make extras, That's the question. Should I make extras? Who knows, who knows. I will take that. That is a lot. Oh, cool. I will take that. I like to make banners, I tell you. I like to make banners. What are you? You are concrete. These are verdant frog lights. Oh, there it is. I am stealing them. I am so sorry. I don't know who Octavio is. Oh, hello there, Lando. How's it going? Zero hearts, not married, jeans. Skin 45. Why do I need to know their boob size as well? Melanin. How's it going, chat? Have you ever dreamt about a heavenly creation? You know what? I'm not sure. Redstone. That will come in handy. Charm. I was thinking allows where to move freely in water. Hello there. Oh, the workshop. Oh. Smithing table. We'll take that as well. We're supposed to be working on the house and, here we are. Distracted. That's a lot of obsidian. I think I have all the stuff that we need for... Let's see. I saw he was coming in for me there. How's it going? Yeah, I'm just leaving. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You know what, I'm just joking. I will burn down their place. That's a naughty thing to do. And I am not naughty. Straddle jump. I like this lantern. Well, lectern. Not lantern. You know what I meant. I will also take their books. We need to be prepared, I tell you. We need to be prepared. I'm full on my inventory. What do I not need? To be honest, I could make a lectern at any point. See if you could place just a regular book. That's unexpected. I don't know what happened there. Can't really use that. Anything in there? I don't like how empty the villages are. I'm being honest, the villages seem hollow. They really are just quite hollow. I could actually just take this for my village. Being honest. I don't really need the gold. Or my house. That is just a single bush in there. What are these for? I do not know. I think they're actually greenhouses. Very cool, lad. I need to find my sled. I left it in town, that's what I did. Yo, moose. Those are skeletons of sweaters. That was very frightening. I do not know where my thingy is. That's wool. No, that's snow block. Is there stuff upstairs? Not sure. I rammed into one of these snowmen. That's what I did. Let me eat some of the bread that was collected. And then we'll... Really? Maybe it was a bad idea holding those. Where are my sled? I rammed into something around here. I like how these villagers fight. It turns somewhere. Where is my sled? There's my sled. It's just on the ground here. I don't know why. Put that up. Well, let's get out here. We're going back home. We know home is just south from here. We have to get through the snowstorm before it gets any worse, I tell you. The snow's already piling up. It will be a pain for our sled to traverse later on. Yo, how's it going? Somewhere this direction, I think it's right there. I wish I'd picked up... Boop! You fool! Ow! The stupid thing stopped, I tell you. I'm annoyed at that. I am annoyed at that. Well, at least we can get started on the house now, I tell you. That's what we'll get started on. Alright. You know what? Do I go with these for the base? Nah. Let's see. I have cobblestone. How about we make some of those? I'm trying to see what we have doubles of. We have sticks in there. I can place that right there. I can put those verdant lights just there. Alright. So we are going to expand the house. I think I'll break some of this, gravel here. I like the gravel hill here, but it just gets in the way. But we'll do like a little fence kind of gate here. And fence there. Fence there. Fence there. Fence all the way along here. So that's about 4 blocks there. Alright, we need to go grab some more. I've just went right into that. The only cobweb that I did not find. That one single thing is really annoying. Let me break it. Get out of here, lantern. Out of here. And let's see. We'll make some more of these. And then we'll continue to finish off this fence that we're doing here. And you know what? You just like that, and then probably do a back fence here. The thing is, I don't want mobs walking into my base, and the problem is this is a very dark area already. So I'm going to have to actually figure out how to stop mobs from entering my base area. So I'll actually grab some more of those. And we go 3 blocks there. And I just trim all of this down here. It's kinda annoying that. I can't end the episode until I do the cabin, this is our main goal for this episode. That's just 3 blocks here. So I'll probably do one there. One there. Break all of these. And I love how the snow falls. The snow falling is like so nice. 3 blocks. So that's going to have to go. And 3 blocks that way would be there. That's going to have to go. And 3 blocks that way. That goes there. One, 2, 3, and that will go there. Fence there. Fence there. Fence there. And that gets broken down. Yeah, that's actually not too bad. Now we need to actually make said fences. And the lucky part is that I can shove that there. I can actually place down a bunch of these tools in the back. That's what I'll do. We don't really need many of these tools right now, so they can kind of just, be placed back here. Why can I not place that? Oh, there's a button. I was like wondering like what's going on there. You know what would be nice if you could place a button on top of a, you know, anvil. It would be so nice that. Alright. So now I need to grab, well I already have the fir wood on me, yep. The fir wood is the sticks that we'll be using. There we go. So turn that into sticks. And you shall be used for fences. Incognito mask. Laying barrel. You know, some pretty cool stuff. What I'm looking for is actually a fence. I know game is very basic. I could make the fancy fences, but I think we'll settle for the classics. I can actually get there. That is 33 fences. Break that. I really do like the detailing of the snow there. It just really adds a nice touch to it. That is a problem there. That if I did not fix it now, would have been terrible. And I'm out of thingy. Luckily I still have plenty of sticks, so I'll probably just use the last of the spruce. I know I should really be fixing up the house now, but sometimes you just have to do what you have to do. That should be well enough to finish this. That is a problem that I want to let, you know, persist. Oops, didn't mean to do that. I don't know why the 2 block, you know, ones, you know, do not get the problem with the snow. It's very strange, that. Very strange indeed. Well, I'm just doubling it just to make sure no mobs do spawn up there. I'll have to fix this little hill bit here, it does look a little bit wonky. But to be honest, it's actually quite nice. We have a little protected area now. And we do not have to worry about mobs breaking in every like 5 seconds. I can place down my waystone now. We'll probably place it right here. There we go. And now I can teleport over to Singy. That's only 281 blocks. So not too bad. The house is looking not the worst for wares. It will need a bit more work. I'll probably chop up a few of the stuff just scattered around. And then, you know, we'll sort out the other issues later on. I do really like these, what do you call it, fence blocks that we have going on here. Those can go. Break those. Break those snow blocks. Yeah, that's actually not looking too bad. Break those right there. Break this. I'm kind of just cleaning up a lot of the stuff that you see here to now. And then we'll fix it all up next episode. Next episode we do actually have a next goal. And I don't know if we can do that goal. I might have to, you know, extend goal 1 to next episode if I'm being honest. Just with what we're working with here to now. It's not that bad actually. It's really not that bad. I do feel like we could expand and make some other buildings, you know, down here. That is a possibility of what we can do. add in some lanterns just scattered about here, just to make it look a little bit nicer. That looks tremendously a lot better. But the goal that I did have planned for next episode was building a village, and I do not think we can do that just yet. I told you, I wrote down like a bunch of ideas. A lot of them are very sporadic in difficulty. I was just writing down what I, had before I compiled it into a list. That is a problem. Loom, you can just be sat right there. There we go. Yeah, that's not too bad. I do really like the building so far. Yeah, we do not really build much of it, we kinda just clean it up. But that leaves a lot of what we can do next episode. So, we'll sleep the day away and we'll end off for today. So, hopefully you did enjoy this episode 1 of the Christmas Countdown series. That's actually a very beautiful view, if I'm being honest. That is a very beautiful view. So, hopefully you enjoyed this. Have a nice day, stay safe, observable. Maybe social meeting, vitamins, very important. Everybody say thanks for the CCs. Bye bye.